did everything perfectly. The rocket did everything perfectly. The spacecraft performed perfectly. The parachute came out, and there he was.
There goes the main chute. It's reefed. Main chute is good. Main chute is good. Rate of descent coming down to, there's 40 feet per second.
Offshore, Marine helicopters lifted off from the carrier Randolph to pick up Grissom in his capsule. The first chopper to reach Liberty Bell was piloted by Jim Lewis.
It was in the air when we spotted it, and we had contact with Gus soon after that.
You got a head at about 020, I think. And getting ready for impact here. You can see the water coming right on up. Liberty Bell 7, this is 9-card file. We have your entry in the water will be over you in just about 30 seconds. I have actuated the rescue aids. The reserve chute has jettisoned. In fact, I can see it in the water, I think. See something around the water. And the whip antenna should be up.
As they circled the capsule, the copter's crew prepared to latch on their recovery hook and haul NASA's second manned spacecraft to safety. Then something went wrong. A torrent of water flooded the capsule. Grissom fought his way out. The copter crew raced to hook on.
And by the time we got there, the capsule was basically underwater, and the only thing sticking out of the water was the loop itself.
The recovery line snapped taut, pulling the helicopter wheels right into the water. Waterlogged, Liberty Bell weighed over 4,000 pounds, more than the Sikorsky Seahorse could safely handle. Flashing lights warned of engine overload.
I had an indicator light in the cockpit that there were metal shavings in the oil system. We'd have about 5 minutes of power left before the engine failed.
Meanwhile, with seawater flooding his pressure suit, Grissom was fighting for his life.
Now, Gus is madder than hell because he's about to drown. And he's waving and screaming, and they're thinking that he's telling them he's okay, and he wasn't okay.
As one chopper struggled to pull the capsule away, another swooped in to save the astronaut. And then, the battle was over. Man and spacecraft headed their separate ways. Grissom bound for safety. Liberty Bell 7 bound for the bottom of the ocean. The success of Kurt Newport's mission hangs on the end of a line. The steel-reinforced umbilical cable that connects Needham Tide to the ROV Magellan. Magellan is one of only a handful of machines built to withstand the crushing pressures of the ocean at the depths where Liberty Bell lies. The remotely operated vehicle features a video camera housed in a titanium shell, pressurized halogen lamps, and high-performance hydraulics for strength and minute control, even with 3.5 tons of force bearing down on every square inch. Every system must check out.
That short two-piece.
At the bottom, Magellan will be 4 hours away from human help.
Mark, any hydraulics up? 50% ahead, 100% up on that heading.
Operating the ROV at these depths will be like flying a 2.5-ton kite on a 5-mile line.
Hold that head.
Ready?
All right, yep. Come loose.
Got it.
Rate of descent, 60 feet per minute. 15,000 feet to go. "15,600 feet down, the remotely operated vehicle Magellan prowls a landscape as alien and unforgiving as the surface of the moon. Miles above, Kurt and his team begin the painstaking business of tracking down 16 targets, scouring the ocean floor for an object not much larger than a deck chair on the Titanic. The first pictures from the deep come with bad news attached. The Atlantic has already left Magellan half crippled.
We've got a problem with the sonar. Without the sonar, we can't really do any useful searching down here. We'd just be flying around blind.
Rough seas only make the situation worse. In these waves, hauling the ROV up for repairs could snap the tether and send Magellan to the bottom for good.
And we've got all these targets, and we can't see them. So, who knows? Maybe we won't be able to see them at all. I mean, I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes. Not a good day. Ain't life at sea fun?
Kurt decides to keep hunting for Target 71. But without sonar, they can only search as far as Magellan can see, 25 feet ahead.
See, okay, you see that right there? Wait a minute. That is... What is that?
A few small chunks of debris catch Kurt's eye.
You can see, look.
As Magellan climbs a gentle incline, the debris gets larger.
Boy, that's got some height to it.
Against all odds,
Oh my God. This is it.
the first dive, the first target.
I don't believe it.
I was supposed to go call some friends at 8 o'clock.
This never happens.
Oh,
This
yeah,
never,
it does.
This never
Sure
happens
it
to me.
happens.
What? You
Never
doubted?
happens to me.
You doubted me the whole time.
First target.
You
The
doubted.
first target.
What did we tell him, Mark?
Look at this.
You have little faith.
You have little faith.
Liberty Bell 7. Gus Grissom's lost capsule.
Look at that. That is absolutely amazing. Jeez, those, man, look at that. Congratulations, man. We just rewrote space history.
That's good.
All right?
First shot out of the
I
basket.
don't believe it. I don't
Isn't
believe
that beautiful? All right.
Congratulations, Kurt.
it. I don't believe it. I tried calling Sarah. She's not at home.
Just see the shingles on it.
You see that? That's a landing bag strap right there.
Yeah.
It's perfectly, look, you can see the writing on the side of United States. See, okay, you see that right there? Wait. It's a periscope. So the flap is still open. United States. It's perfect. It's perfect. Look at the strap sticking out from the landing bag.
The sea gives them barely an hour to examine the find. Worsening waves make it impossible to hold their position. The tether becomes a dangerous drag on the ship. Kurt gives the order to haul up Magellan, despite the desire to stay.
I just can't believe it. I can't. I mean, it's like unreal because I'm looking at it and I'm seeing it. It's there, you know. But it's like I cannot believe it. It's like this can't be happening.
Did your dream come true?
Yes, it's absolutely a dream come true. And what's just amazing is, after a while, you know, you doubt yourself so much that you don't know what you're talking about. It was right at the wind-corrected location for the radar's positions, just like I said it would be. But sometimes it's hard to believe even yourself, because you never want to think you're that good, and nobody's that good. And I even still don't think I am. I guess maybe we got lucky. Maybe it was my turn to have some good luck.
On the sea, luck is a precious commodity. Halfway through hauling up Magellan, the tether is strained to the max. 8-foot swells tear at the cable with tons of force. Then, disaster strikes.
I'll stop, Mark, I'll stop.
The steel-reinforced tether jumps the feed wheel and begins to scrape against the crane.
Hey, Dave, I got to get that triple armor onto the bow wheel.
Somehow it came up here, it got caught, and it just starts ripping off a layer of armor all the way back on the cable.
Strands are what gives it strength, so this is a very dangerous thing right now. I'm very nervous about this.
A mass of tangled wires must be cut away before the tether can be teased back onto the winch. Meanwhile, in heavy seas, 10,000 feet down, Magellan hangs by a frayed thread.
This is how you lose these things. We got bad weather, with the cables messed up. I mean, this is a very bad situation.
Two hours of emergency surgery. Racing to cut away snarled cables at the risk of weakening the core tether. Then, the worst.
Lost the vehicle. What happened?
Cable snapped. Hey, Will. I guess you heard.
Now what? That's a good question. We'll have to get our fish back, put a new umbilical on, go back and get it.
14 years of work and dreams. 2.5 weeks at sea. 1 Mercury space capsule. 1 underwater robot. Lost at sea. 3 miles deep. Two months have passed. At last, the team is headed back to the waters where Liberty Bell lies. To help the recovery, Kurt has brought in a larger, stronger ship, Ocean Project.
This is like in the movie Jaws when Roy Snyder says we need a bigger boat. Okay, we got a bigger boat.
With hurricane season on the way, time is against them.
I just want to get it done and see the thing on deck and make sure it's properly taken care of, and I'm sure it'll be a very, very rewarding experience.
Up.
Replacing the lost ROV Magellan called for a crash program.
Got your crane on? The crane's on. We're running.
No other vehicle that could stand the crushing pressures 3 miles down was available.
Okay, RD. Go ahead and boom up. Boom it up.
So a new deep-water submersible had to be built. Ocean Discovery.
We got a telescope in.
Usually it takes 6 months to assemble one of these high-tech robots.
Okay, boom it up. Okay, boom it up.
Ocean Discovery was put together in 6 weeks.
Hydraulics up.
But the new ROV has never been tested under the torturous conditions it'll face at the bottom. Any bugs in the system will be brutally exposed.
George, cutting loose. Okay, you're free, Ron. Start driving out on that heading.
This is 19 July.
During the ROV's 4-hour plunge to the bottom, Kurt joins 2 new members of the crew to study film from the flight of Liberty Bell 7.
Gunter was one of the latter people to be near it on the ground, and I was one of the latter people to be near it in the water.
In 1961, Jim Lewis was the helicopter pilot who battled the Atlantic for possession of Liberty Bell.
And here we are.
38 years later, rehashing the whole thing.
Gunter Wendt was NASA's pad leader, the man in charge of packing Grissom safely into his capsule.
And I was 38 at that time.
In the early 60s, I mean, Project Mercury was a really, really big deal. I mean, it's always been a big deal, but I mean, well, I mean, the astronauts were like the new gladiators. I mean, they were like every kid was interested in astronauts.
Yeah.
Despite his role in the recovery, Jim has never before seen NASA's raw footage of the fight to save the capsule.
It's wonderful.
Why does that show?
It felt so good to see that lift off.
I don't know.
5 desperate minutes captured on film. 5 minutes that changed their lives and the destiny of the space race.
Sit here and watch it to sort of make you think that we're so close.
Yeah, it does. It looks so very close.
Yeah, it comes floating out. But
That's the dye marker canister. See all the green dye?
Yeah,
Back that
that's
up
the
a little
dye
more.
marker. That came out.
See how it's sinking upright? That's why I always figured it would be upright in the bottom, because it went down upright.
It seems like a long time here, and it seemed like a long time then. To have been just short of 5 minutes. But like we said before, all the contingency procedures worked. Everything really did work that day, except the hatch. We got everything back that we needed that was really important. And that was a success in its own right.
There's no picture of the hatch blowing open. But if Kurt recovers the capsule, he will bring back its pilot observation camera and perhaps film that will solve the mystery behind the hatch. The loss of Liberty Bell cast a shadow over the rest of Grissom's career. The press dubbed him the hard luck astronaut.
See all the green dye?
Yeah,
Back
okay,
that
that's
up
the
a
dye
little more.
marker. That came out.
See how it's sinking upright? That's why I always figured it would be upright in the bottom, because it went down upright.
It seems like a long time here, and it seemed like a long time then. To have been just short of 5 minutes. But like we said before, all the contingency procedures worked. Everything really did work that day, except the hatch. We got everything back that we needed that was really important. And that was a success in its own right.
There's no picture of the hatch blowing open. But if Kurt recovers the capsule, he will bring back its pilot observation camera and perhaps film that will solve the mystery behind the hatch. The loss of Liberty Bell cast a shadow over the rest of Grissom's career. The press dubbed him the hard luck astronaut. For Gus and others, the incident would never find a satisfactory explanation.
I was just laying there minding my own business, and then pow! The hatch went. I looked up and I saw nothing but blue sky and water starting to come in over the sill. So I tossed my helmet off, and the only two moves I remember making was tossing my helmet off and grabbing the instrument panel and pulling myself out. I only remember grabbing the instrument panel. I don't even remember going out the door.
He was convinced there was some malfunction. Unfortunately, we couldn't prove that. No matter what we did, when we ran literally hundreds of tests post-flight on other spacecraft and on the system, and we couldn't make it happen. We couldn't make it malfunction.
The hatch was sealed by 70 titanium bolts seated in an explosive gasket. A push-button plunger near the astronaut's elbow detonated the charge. Some think that in the cramped Mercury capsule, Grissom might have hit the plunger accidentally without ever knowing it. But every other astronaut's experience with the hatch would only back up Grissom's testimony.
Every time the astronaut hit that damn plunger, he got a wound on his wrist. Gus did not have a wound on his wrist.
The recoil of that plunger cut through the glove of my spacesuit and cut into my hand. When Gus came aboard the carrier after my recovery, he'd been in Hawaii, I think, he had the biggest smile on his face when I showed him this cut hand because there was not a mark on his body after his problem with his hatch. So he couldn't have hit it with an elbow or a leg or something. He would have had a terrible bruise. I said, Gus, look at my hand. It really got hurt. He knew exactly what I was telling him.
Some people are concerned about getting the hatch and proving one way or another what made it blow. It isn't important to me. I'm convinced that Gus was not responsible.
NASA's extensive inquiry would exonerate Grissom completely. Still, the hatch would return to haunt him. 5 years later, in Apollo 1. Midnight on the Atlantic. Four hours after launch, over 4 miles of cable have played out without a hitch. "15,800 feet down, the new ROV, Ocean Discovery, is closing in on what should be Target 71, Liberty Bell.
Okay, you're 30 feet away, Ronnie. It's coming in real nice.
Yeah, this is it, man. Okay, so the trail of debris should be from your heading down to the right.
It's been 38 years since Jim Lewis last saw Gus Grissom's spaceship. It's been 2 months since Kurt Newport found it.
I got it dead ahead at about 15 feet.
Ready for this, Jim?
But the wait is not over. At the coordinates for Target 71, nothing appears on the screen.
Right, it's northeast of Target 71.
Oh, but not northeast of this position.
No, negative. Northeast of Target 71.
Okay, so it's southeast of here.
Roger that.
While satellite signals enable the searchers to pinpoint their surface position, the location of the ROV is less precise. drift due to underwater currents, and the miles of cable that link the submersible to the mothership add an element of guesswork to calculating Liberty Bell's
confused. I want to, if we're not going to come up with this for a little while, I'd like to jump another 75 meters west. That at least be a little work.
They scour the bottom for 48 hours. But the capsule remains lost from sight.
The correct 71 position, I think, was this one right here. And then you go south, basically 75 meters, 80 meters, and then start heading back east to this point.
Let's try that program. Go 100 meters, track along 100 meters. Make a search in that area, in the corner. Come down south, as you say, 75 to 80 meters. Make a search in that area and then track to the east.
The best targets were at the original launch point, so if we work our way back that way, we may see some other things we didn't see this morning. Give it a shot.
Let's do it to it. Okay.
I don't understand how we could be on this thing and take a fix and go down there and search as much as we've been searching and not find it. That's what I don't understand. We have the coordinates of the DGPS fix he took when we were diving on the spacecraft, and we've been there and it's not there. That's what I don't understand. It's a very, as Steve was saying, it's a very simple thing to do. But you have to go, I mean, to me, we have to go by what we've seen. We've been down there, we've driven around, and it's not there. I mean, we're on our third day here, and we have found nothing. And I'm open to any possibilities at this point in time.
The search for Target 71 creeps slowly, 600 meters to the north. But after 5 days at sea, the mission is running on borrowed time.